Hello, students. Welcome back to the history class. Let's continue with Unit 2 of the chapter The Advent of Christianity. In the last unit, we had learnt about Jesus Christ's early life and his teachings. In Unit 2, we are going to learn about spread of Christianity, division of the Roman Empire, barbaric invasions, rise of Byzantium, emergence of Turks and Mongols, the Crusades. Let's come to the first topic, spread of Christianity. In our previous unit, we had learnt that by 300 CE, Christianity had spread throughout the Roman Empire and even beyond to Armenia and Persia. Roman Emperor Constantine played a vital role in spreading Christianity. Constantine built a new capital at Byzantium named Constantinople. The city Constantinople openly adopted Christian architecture, had churches within the city walls. He built many churches, granted freedoms to the priesthood, donated the church with land and wealth. By the 4th century, Christianity had become the official religion in the Roman Empire. Constantine placed the Greek initials from Christ on his shields and banner. Now, let's move on to the next topic, that is division of the Roman Empire. Children, speaking about the beautiful city Rome, it was not built in a day and neither did it fall in a day. When Emperor Theodosius died about 60 years after Constantinople was found, he left two sons. They divided the empire between them. Arcadia, the elder son, took Constantinople for his capital and ruled over the Eastern Empire. Second, Honorius, an 11-year-old child, became the ruler of the Western Empire with Rome as his capital. At this time, the barbarians attacked the Rome as well as on the Western Empire. The fall of the city of Rome and the Western Empire did not put an end to the Roman Empire. The Eastern Empire survived for another 1,000 years. Now, let's learn about the factors which led to the decline of the Roman Empire. There were many factors which led to the decline of the Roman Empire. Very firstly, Christianity was less tolerant of other cultures and religions. For example, Emperor Theodosius, he ended the Olympic Games because they honored Zeus. Zeus was the Greek god. Secondly, Roman soldiers, they were loyal to their military leaders rather than being loyal to their emperor. That means the Roman soldiers listened to their military leaders than the words of the emperor. Next, a failing economy caused a lot of problems for a vast empire. Economy is related to the income of an empire. Next, heavy and unjust taxes upon the middle class led to the unrest. This means that the middle class people, they were very unhappy with the taxes which was levied upon them. Romans over the time became lazy and comfortable. So the last point is very important one. Please concentrate. Romans hired barbarian mercenaries to guard the borders of the empire. Now, what is the meaning of mercenaries? Mercenaries means they are the professional soldiers which is hired, who are hired by an army. And why is this important? Because these barbarian mercenaries planned the planned to backfire the Romans itself. That means they started to attack the Romans. Now let us concentrate on the barbaric invasions. The most prominent cause, as I told you earlier, for the decline of the Roman Empire was barbaric invasions. First, there came the Goths. Who are Goths? Goths are the German tribes who had no rules and they showed no mercy. They were divided into two, the Eastern Goths and the Western Goths. The barbarians plundered ruthlessly and looted the churches and the rich people. Why did they come to Rome? They came to Rome at first fleeing from another tribe who are known as Huns, and the Huns were a cruel enemy of the Goths. And the Goths were looking for shelter in Rome. They found the desired protection but soon turned their swords against the men who had provided shelter to them. Under their young king Alaric, the West Goths attacked the empire again and again. Alaric failed to win two times, but the third time he came and entered and looted Rome with no mercy. The groups such as Vandals, Angles, Saxons, and Franks and Lombards took turns in looting the empire, eventually carving out areas to settle down. The Angles and Saxons populated British Isles. They changed its name to England. The Franks settled in France in 476 CE. Romulus, the last Roman emperor in the west, was overthrown by the German leader Odoacer, who became the first barbarian ruler of Rome. Now, let us learn about the next topic, which is rise of Byzantium. The Eastern Empire the Eastern Empire is sometimes called the Byzantium Empire, after the capital city of Byzantium. Here, the Greek was the main language in the Byzantine Empire, not Latin. The Western Roman Empire became the seat of the Roman Catholic Church, and the Eastern Byzantium Empire became the seat of Orthodox Church. But Christianity was the only unifying factor despite the decline of the Roman Empire. Under its influence, most of Europe adopted Christianity. Parallel to the developments in Europe, this period also saw the rise of Turks and Mongols. The high plateau of Mongolia, east of the Altai Mountains, is rivaled only by Scandinavia as a region from which successive waves of tribesmen had emerged to prey upon their more sedentary neighbors. What is the meaning of sedentary now? Sedentary means involving. Mongolia is the original homeland of both Turks and Mongols. The sudden eruption of Mongols from their homeland was different from the Turks. Their astonishing expansion, spanning the breadth of Asia, can be precisely dated from early 13th century and is attributed to the military genius of one man, Genghis Khan. Now, the Turks began to carve out territories for themselves. In the 11th century, they captured the Holy Land of Jerusalem. Now, this led to religious wars between the Turks and the Christians, which are known as Crusades. What are Crusades? Crusades were a series of religious wars sanctioned by the Latin Church in the medieval period between 1095 CE to 1291 CE, which believed that fighting a crusade would ensure forgiveness of sins. The famous quote of Pope Urban II in 1095 makes it clear and evident. He says, all who die by the way, whether by land or by sea or in battle against the Muslims shall have immediate forgiveness or sins. So, what do you understand by crusades? Crusades are a series of religious wars between the Christians and Muslims, which started primarily to secure the control of holy sites which were considered sacred by both groups. Both groups means Christians and Muslims. Now, crusades were fought, and the crusades brought about significant changes in the medieval Europe. Let's concentrate on the results of the crusades now. Here, the Christians they started to use the gunpowder, something which they had learned from the Muslims. Until they came in contact with the Turks, they did not know about gunpowder, so they learned to use gunpowder from the Muslims. Secondly, the knowledge in the areas of science, medicine, and architecture was transferred from Islamic and Greek world to the West during the Crusades. So, with this, the Christians had learned about science, medicine, and architecture. Next, the new scientific discoveries and inventions also made their way into the Western world. Now, the Arabs' inventions such as algebra, optics, and engineering came to the West. Not only this, they began to be taught as new courses in the European universities. Now, many new towns and cities were established because the Turks came and settled in the West. The traders and manufacturers demanded better conditions of law and order. Now, with the better conditions of law and order, the manufacturers and traders paid taxes to the king and helped him to raise a large army. Now, with this, the economy and the authority of the king increased and led to the decline in the power of the feudal lords. Children, for today's class, this is enough, and the assignment is you have to read the lesson from page 11 to 16. Let's continue the lesson in our next unit. Thank you. Have a nice day.